The system of HB-TAC-1NJ in the Great Wildlands saw major escalation last week as the Imperium dropped a Fortizar within direct engagement range of a PamFam Keepstar. The location signals an aggressive siege strategy by the Imperium. Although supercarrier and carrier fighters were deployed, they primarily served to cover a fleet of battleships and battlecruisers executing the siege. PamFam engaged the Imperium defense fleet during the Fortizar's anchoring process. However, a bold feint by the Imperium saw dreadnoughts undock in nearby systems and a Sino dropped on the Keepstar itself. The maneuver caused PamFam to withdraw to safety, misreading the feint as a full-scale capital assault. The Fortizar was anchored without further interference. The following day, PamFam returned to challenge the now onlining Fortizar, but with the element of surprise lost. Imperium forces adopted a defensive stance. Despite sustaining heavy losses, PamFam fought on with determination, but ultimately the Imperium cleared enough pressure to secure the Fortizar's activation. Its survival ensured by both strategic reinforcement flow and the withdrawal of PamFam forces when the tide turned unfavorably. With momentum on their side, the Imperium dropped another Fortizar in EVE-TAC-C4, one jump from PamFam staging. Together, these new footholds forced the latter into a dilemma: defend both or yield ground. Under heavy siege, PamFam began to shift toward asymmetrical tactics, looking to stretch Imperium logistics by striking smaller objectives across the front. On the evening of June 6th, the Imperium targeted the Keepstar in EVE-TAC-C4, led by Asher Elias in a Hubris-class Lancer dreadnought, and flanked by Raven Navy issues. The fleet staged theatrics, including Crab beacon deployment, before taking the structure's armor uncontested. The Keepstar would subsequently fall on June 10th at 45 minutes past midnight. Meanwhile, HB-TAC-1NJ's best friends forever Keepstar was also marked for destruction. PamFam formed a defense, but failed to prevent the anchoring of two forward Fortizars. These platforms enabled follow-up sieges on the Keepstar, culminating in its destruction, also largely uncontested. Over 1,850 pilots contributed to the carnage, with damage estimated at nearly 288 billion ISK. Subsequent days saw further losses for PamFam, including 4 Astrahus Citadels, a Fortizar in EVE-TAC-C4, and a Ragnarok Titan destroyed in period bases while traveling without defenses. As the Imperium fortifies its advance with newly captured SOV and strategic timers, PamFam's doctrine shifts to hit-and-run disruption. Though the pace of conflict is slowed, the front lines now stretch thin with minor objectives, ansiblexes, skyhooks, and resource infrastructure likely to see increased action. With 2 Keepstars down and the Imperium's morale surging, the war's tempo may shift, but its intensity shows no sign of waning. This is Alton Haveri reporting for The Scope.